You stand on the edge of the jagged basalt plain. The ground beneath your boots is black and brittle. It crunches with every step you take. The sound echoes like breaking glass in a quiet room. The air tastes of ozone and old dust. It is the taste of a storm that never ends. You look up at the sky above you. It glows with a sickly amber light. Clouds churn in slow motion. They look like bruised fruit rotting in the sun. This place was supposed to be a paradise. Now it is just a graveyard for machines. You adjust the seal on your glove. The display on your wrist flickers. It shows oxygen levels are holding steady. That is one less thing to worry about. You take a deep breath of recycled air. It smells faintly of stale coffee. You start walking toward the horizon. The landscape is littered with metal skeletons. Massive digging machines lie on their sides. Rusted shovels point at the sky. They look like dead beetles waiting for a breeze. You feel a strange sense of respect. These machines moved mountains once. Now, they just collect dust. You pass the husk of a transport hauler. Its tires are taller than you are. The rubber has turned to stone over the years. You run a hand along the rim. The metal is cold enough to burn. You pull your hand away quickly. A sharp wind kicks up around you. It whistles through the gaps in the wreckage. The sound is almost like a voice. It whispers names you do not know. You keep moving forward. The amber light casts long shadows. Every rock looks like a hiding beast. You tell yourself it is just your nerves. This planet has been dead for decades. There is nothing here that can hurt you, except maybe tetanus. You chuckle at the thought. A little humor keeps the fear away. You scan the area with your visor. The terrain is rough and uneven. You have to watch your footing constantly. A sudden noise makes you freeze. It is a rhythmic thumping sound. It comes from beneath the ground. You crouch low behind a slab of rock. You wait and listen. The thumping stops as quickly as it started. You stand up slowly. Your heart is beating a little faster. You check your scanner again. It picks up a faint energy signature. It is weak but steady. It is coming from the north. That is where you need to go. You step over a tangle of wires. They look like dried vines. The path ahead clears up slightly. You see the ruins in the distance. They rise from the dust like jagged teeth. This was the colony's center once. Now it is just a memory of ambition. You reach the edge of the ruins. The walls are cracked and crumbling. Windows are dark and empty eyes. You feel the weight of history here. People lived and worked in these halls. They dreamed of a new world. You step into the main street. The pavement is buckled and broken. Weeds of iron-gray moss grow in the cracks. You hear a static crackle in your ear. It makes you jump. You tap the side of your helmet. The sound comes again. It is a transmission. You stop moving to get a better signal. The voice is garbled and faint. It sounds like a ghost trying to speak. You tweak the frequency knob. The static clears up a little. You hear fragments of a sentence. It speaks of power and light. The voice sounds human, but distorted. It repeats on a loop. You follow the signal strength. It leads you deeper into the city. You pass a row of silent shops. A sign hangs by a single wire. It swings gently in the wind. You can just make out the word supply. The transmission gets louder. You turn a corner. You face a large plaza. In the center stands a communication array. It is damaged but upright. The dish is pointed at the ground. Sparks fly from a loose cable. They land on the dry ground and fade. You approach the base of the array. A console sits there. Its screen is cracked but glowing. This is the source of the signal. You wipe the dust from the glass. Text scrolls across the screen. It is an automated distress beacon. It has been running for 50 years. You feel a pang of sadness. No one ever came to answer it. But you are here now. You plug your data port into the console. The machine hums as it connects. You download the log files. Maybe they hold a clue. The download bar moves painfully slow. You look around while you wait. The shadows are getting longer. Night is coming fast. You do not want to be out here in the dark. The download finishes with a chirp. You disconnect and check the data. It points to a location nearby, a core beacon. You check your map. It is only a mile away. You leave the plaza behind. The wind picks up again. It pushes against your back. It feels like the city is shoving you out. You walk faster. The ground starts to slope upward. You are climbing a small ridge. At the top, you stop. You see the beacon ahead. It is a massive tower of alloy. It stands stark against the amber sky. It looks like a lighthouse for the lost. A light pulses at the very top. It is weak and trembling. It looks like a dying star. You start the descent toward it. The path is steep and rocky. You slide a few times. Loose stones clatter down the slope. You catch your balance just in time. You do not want to roll down. That would be a bad way to end the day. You reach the bottom of the ridge. The tower looms over you. It is even bigger than it looked. The metal is smooth and seamless. It has weathered the years well. You walk around the base. You are looking for an entrance. There is no door that you can see. You check the data you downloaded. It mentions a maintenance hatch. You scan the surface with your tool. A hidden panel outlines itself in red. You pry it open with a grunt. The hinges screech in protest. Inside is a dark corridor. You turn on your shoulder light. The beam cuts through the gloom. You step inside. The air is stale and cold. It smells of oil and old copper. You walk down the hall. It leads to a central chamber. You enter a vast circular room. Standing along the walls are figures. You shine your light on them. They are robots, sentinels of the old guard. They are rusted and still. Their eyes are dark glass. They stand at attention. You walk up to the nearest one. It is twice your height. Its armor is pitted and scarred. It holds a large tool in its hands. It looks like a weapon, but it is for building. These were the guardians of the project. You wave your hand in front of its face. There is no reaction. They are dormant. You wonder if they can be disregarded. You move to the center of the room. A large platform sits there. It looks like a control interface. You wipe away a layer of grime. Buttons and levers are revealed. They look sturdy and simple. This tech was built to last. You see a power switch. It is large and red. You grip it with both hands. You pull it down. Nothing happens for a second. Then the floor vibrates. A low hum fills the room. Lights flicker on the walls. The eyes of the sentinels glow faint blue. You take a step back. One of the robots moves its head. The servos whine loudly. It looks directly at you. You hold your breath. It does not attack. It just watches. You realize they are waiting for orders. You are not their commander, but you woke them up. That has to count for something. The robot nods slowly. Then it returns to its dormant pose. The blue light in its eyes remains. The room feels less empty now. You check the console again. Readings are spiking. Power is flowing to the beacon up top. But there's a problem. The sensors pick up a disturbance outside. A storm is approaching. And this is not a normal storm. You run back to the exit. You look out the hatch. A wall of dust is coming. It glitters with blue lightning. The clouds are swirling violently. It is a magnetic windstorm. The particles are charged. They will fry your electronics if you are not careful. You can hear the wind singing. It sounds like a million metal flutes. The sound is beautiful and terrifying. You need to seal the hatch. You grab the handle. A wind fights you. It pulls the door from your grip. You brace your foot against the frame. You pull with all your strength. The door slams shut. The lock engages with a click. The sound of the storm is muffled, but you can still feel the vibration. The walls of the tower hum. The charged particles are hitting the metal. It sounds like heavy rain. You go back to the control room. The console shows the storm intensity. It is off the charts. You are trapped here for now. You might as well make yourself useful. You look at the data again. There is a file labeled cartographer. You open it. A holographic map springs to life. It floats in the air above the console. It is a map of the sector, but it shows things you have never seen. New star systems, unknown planets, routes that bypass the hazards. You stare at it in wonder. This is not just a map. It is a treasure chest. The path leads beyond known space. You realize what this place was. It was not just a colony. It was a launch pad, a stepping stone to the unknown. The map flickers and fades. The power is fluctuating. You need to stabilize the core. You look for the power regulation controls. They are on the far side. You walk around the glowing map. Your suit starts to vibrate. It is a low-frequency hum. It matches the rhythm of the floor. You stop moving. The hum gets stronger. It feels like a cat purring against your leg, but it is inside your suit. You check your diagnostics. Everything is green. No malfunctions. You place a hand on the wall. The vibration travels up your arm. It feels warm. It does not feel like a machine. It feels like a heartbeat. You close your eyes. You can feel a presence. It is vast and ancient. It is not hostile. It feels curious. It is checking you out. You whisper a greeting. You feel silly doing it, but the vibration changes. It becomes a steady pulse. It is a greeting back. This planet is alive in its own way. Or maybe the machines have evolved. You push that thought away. It is too big for right now. You reach the power controls. A large wheel controls the flow. It is stuck tight. You grip the spokes. You heave with your shoulders. The wheel groans. It turns an inch. You grit your teeth. You push harder. Rust flakes off the metal. The wheel gives way. It spins freely now. Behind the wall, you hear movement. Massive gears begin to grind. They sound like thunder underground. The floor shakes violently. You grab the console for support. The sound gets louder. It is the sound of a giant waking up. The forgotten engine is online. You check the power levels. They are climbing fast. The lights in the room brighten. The shadows retreat to the corners. The map appears again. It is stable this time. You see a blinking light on it. It marks a spot outside. The storm is passing. You check the external cameras. The wind has died down. The dust is settling. You see a crack in the ground. It is near the base of the tower. Light is spilling out of it. It is pure white starlight. It pulses in time with the heartbeat. The rift at midnight has opened. You check the time. It is exactly midnight on your clock. The timing is too perfect. This was meant to happen. You have to go out there. You check your gear one last time. You open the hatch. The air is calm now. The static is gone. You walk toward the rift. The light is blinding. You shield your eyes. You step up to the edge. The crack is wide enough to jump in, but there are stairs leading down. They are cut into the rock. You take the first step. The light wraps around you. It feels cool on your skin. You descend into the earth. The stairs end in a cavern. The walls are lined with crystals. They amplify the light. In the center is a gathering. Shadows detach from the walls. They form shapes. They look like people. You stop in your tracks. They're silhouettes of the former crew. They are not ghosts. They are recordings. Projections made of light and dust. They turn to face you. Their eyes glow with a soft light. They look hopeful. They look like they have a warning. One figure steps forward. It raises a hand. It points to a pedestal. There is a data drive there. The figure nods to you. It wants you to take it. You walk through the crowd of shadows. They part for you. You feel a chill as you pass them. It is not fear. It is sadness. You reach the pedestal. You pick up the drive. It is heavy and warm. The shadows begin to fade. Their job is done. You are the torchbearer now. You look at the drive. It is labeled Star-Born Archive. You pocket it safely. Columns of light rise around you. They arrange themselves like stars. Data streams flow between them. It is a library of light. You see images of Earth. You see the first ships leaving. You see the colony being built. It is a chronicle of triumph. It is the story of us. You feel a swell of pride. We built this. We reached this far. And we are not done yet. The cavern begins to shake. The system is engaging. You need to get back to the tower. You run up the stairs. The light guides you. You burst out into the night. The amber sky is clearing. Stars are visible now. They look sharp and cold. You race back to the control room. The sentinels are active. They are moving crates. They are preparing for a launch. You rush to the main console. You slot the drive in. The system accepts it. A new menu appears. Final calibration. You have to align the tower with the beacon. A targeting reticle appears on the screen. It is drifting. You grab the joystick. It feels loose. You have to be precise. You line up the crosshairs. The tower groans as it rotates. You fight the drift. The target locks in green. The tower locks into place. The ground trembles. A platform rises outside. You see it on the monitor. It's a ship. It was buried beneath the dust. It looks sleek and silver. It is untouched by time. This is the Ascension Protocol. The engines begin to glow. They resonate with your chest. You run to the launch bay. The door opens for you. The ship waits. A ramp descends. It invites you in. You do not hesitate. You run up the ramp. The interior is pristine. Lights snap on as you enter. You jump into the pilot seat. It molds to your back. The controls light up. A voice fills the cabin. It is soft and familiar. It is the voice from the transmission. It is the last message. It speaks to you. To whoever finds this, it says, "Do not look back. The past is a lesson," it continues. "The future is a promise. Take this ship, go further than we could. Carry the fire to the dark." The voice fades. Silence fills the cockpit. You feel a lump in your throat. You wipe your eye. You grip the throttle. You are ready. You punch the ignition. The G-force hits you. The ship shoots up. You break the atmosphere in seconds. The sky turns from amber to black. The stars welcome you. You are free. You look at the nav computer. The map is loaded. A new frontier awaits. You smile. Humanity's story is not over. It is just beginning. You engage the warp drive. The stars stretch into lines. You are gone, written among the stars.